with the folks and so forth. So I'll turn it over to Irene, and thank you so much.
First of all, I want to tell you that I have a hard time talking too much, so I hope you will have no trouble understanding me. On November 11th, 1956, our family, my uncle's family, and my aunt's family, a rabbi with 2 Torahs, and several dozen other people from our town left our small hometown in Hungary to escape when the Russians invaded. Our parents have survived the concentration camps of World War II, and they were fearful the same thing would happen again. My uncle was a butcher, and he knew a man that had a large covered truck. We all climbed in the truck and were covered with burlap bags. I was 9 years old. My sister Pauline was 7, and my brother Joe was 5. Our cousins were about the same age. My father didn't want to leave his precious motorcycle behind, so he rode behind the truck. At the border, the guards stopped us but let us go. But they started shooting at my father, but luckily they missed. In Austria, where we crossed, he had to leave his motorcycle behind. When we were in Austria, the families were split up. Our family ended up in Switzerland. I remember it being very cold there. About 11 days later, we were taken to an airport and flown away on an army transport plane. After several stops, we were at Camp Kilmer in New York City. The Hebrew Immigration Aid Society arranged a Thanksgiving celebration and a boat ride to the Statue of Liberty. Then we boarded a train to Indianapolis, where we were met my great uncle and my father's brother, Alex Starr, who came to the United States years earlier. He is here. That's my uncle. In Hungary, we were pretty well off. My father owned his own bakery. In Indianapolis, he got a job at Roslyn Bakery, but discovered the pay was low. My great uncle had a tool and die shop here. He hired my father and he learned a new trade. This was hard for him. He had to learn a new trade and a new language. It was easy for us kids to learn the language at school from our teachers and other students. At home, We spoke Hungarian. Our parents went to night school to learn English. They never learned the language that good, but were able to get along. That's the end of my escaping from Hungary. If you guys have any questions, please ask me.
In that picture, is that like a railroad car or is that a truck that you were getting in? In the one,
Well, it's gonna be one of them from New York, so it's gonna be one short. It's gotta be a truck.
so it's probably a truck.
Yeah. The lady asked about
There's a picture of us in the train too.
My brother
That's
came
you.
here, he gave me the picture for the motorcycle.
Oh.
He wanted to get the motorcycle back from us.
He never got it.
I never got it. I still got the paper. The reason that a lot of people don't know, I
Here,
transferred my name when I became citizen. And from Chilla, being exactly
Oh,
that's what.
okay.
here's a picture of my brother with our Thanksgiving turkey. I'll show you later. In 1981, at age 34, I had a devastating illness happen to me. I suffered a bad stroke. Our children were ages 6 and 10. I was in the hospital 6 months. I was in a coma for about a week. I couldn't swallow for almost a year. I took speech and physical therapy to learn to walk and talk. I can do many things now except drive. It has been hard to depend on family and friends to help me. I think I have a great family. Andy, that's Andy, my husband. Has been very supportive all along. My mother was a big help too. She had us over for dinner every Friday night. My father would take me to physical therapy and other places. My in-laws came here from Florida to help Andy with the kids right after my stroke. My wonderful sister, Pauline, right
there.
has been a big help all along. She even was so nice to take me to Florida, which really I enjoyed. Jeff, that's my son, and Laura couldn't make it, but she had something else come up. Have helped out in many ways the past 20 years or so when they were able to drive. One of the best things that has happened to me was joining Prime Life about 8 years ago. The staff here has been great. The drivers are so nice and helpful. I can't say enough about them. I look forward to coming here. I have made new friends in my activities here. Andy, my sister, and others have noticed how this has helped me by getting out of the house on a regular basis. I want to thank my family and friends for coming here today, as well as the staff here that invited me to speak. I also want to add something else. I wasn't sure she would be able to come, but especially like to thank Gail Edinger. Where's Gail? For being such a good friend. She came in the hospital almost every week to see me.